Hey, Kyle is wonderful here again, this time with another NJPW Backstage comments section. And this will be for the July 5th, 2022 New Japan Roadshow. And I do have the review up on a separate video. I like to put out a separate video for the review and all the backstage comments. So the reviews are about the matches, and the backstage comments are all the storylines that we get from all the backstage comments and any promos that happen in the ring. So let's get into it. If you're looking for the reviews of the matches, that's on this page as well. I mean, this channel. So the first match was 6 or 9, Master Wato and Taguchi defeating two young lions, Fujita and Oiwa. And the two young lions come in, they're holding each other up. Oiwa says, "Damn it. This tag match was my chance to get a win." Oh, by the way, these are the only streams on my page that are not safe for work. So word of warning, not safe for work. And the young lions hold each other up. Oiwa says, "Damn it, this tag match was my chance to get a win." Kind of Waddle catching strays there. So um, Oiwa immediately catches himself after that and says, "Of course, our opponent's singles and tag dwarfs our own. But Fujita and I will get better than this. Thank you." So Oiwa leaves. Fujita, perfectly well-timed dramatic pause, then says, "The frustration from yesterday will fuel me for the future. Another loss today, but I will bounce back. Thank you." I'm pretty sure they're gonna get caned with the kendo stick if they don't say thank you to everybody at every time. Anyway, Taguchi walks in. This is a pretty important promo here, so listen closely to this one. It is a little silly though, but stick with me on this. Taguchi walks in looking hurt and says, "More than just being a nuisance, Fujita and Oiwa are legit strong. They're tough. They are. The young lions are coming on strong. We're the former junior tag champs, and they gave us quite a bit of trouble. However, this was just what we needed to get back into Champions Road again. It all starts with beating up young lions. Doesn't that sound about right?" So Taguchi shakes Wato's hand, and they tell each other thanks. Then Master Wato says, "When we lost the belts, the fate of 6 or 9 was up in the air, but we haven't split up. However, I think it's beneficial if I work with someone else." Master Wato like you remember, let me pause there. Remember I was saying yesterday on the review that seeing Alex Zayne and Wato pose next to each other, one in red, one in blue, with the hair matching and the gear and all that. That looked a really good team in my eyes. So I want to see that for sure. Master Wato continues saying, "After experience more, I'd like to come back to those belts with Taguchi again. I know the competition will also improve, but those belts will be ours again one day." So then Taguchi says, "We'll always be 6 or 9, but it's kind of an open relationship." And then Taguchi makes obscene hand gestures with 6 or 9ing, and then says, "We can be either 6 or 9 for someone else. Another great number has reappeared, 94. He's a good one." So Taguchi walks off, and Wato gets a huge smile. That's exactly what he wanted to hear. And then Wato says, "It's like we're going back in time." So what we got out of this little segment, this is me talking now, is Taguchi and Kushida was going to be a tag team from now on, and Alex Zayne and Master Wato will be a tag team. Exciting stuff here in the junior tag division. And when you're a tag team, that doesn't mean you're stuck in that tag team. For all those Kushida fans that are like, "No," like sometimes you tag, sometimes you don't. But it's good to have partners, and we've seen Kushida and Taguchi in the past have a really good chemistry. So after the next match, it was Tenzan was supposed to team with X, and if you saw yesterday's show, you were pretty much thinking, is it going to be TenKoji returning as a tag team? Yes, it was, and they defeated Great Bash Heel, Makabe and Honma. So Makabe and Honma are walking down the stairs. Makabe says, "That was close. An old great tag team, one of the best by that much. I'll give you guys that. You lit a fire under my ass. Tenzan, Kojima, don't rest on your laurels, bastards." So Makabe walks off, and Honma walks in looking rough and says, "Kojima, long time no see, bastard. You can't end me like this, no way." And then Honma almost falls over as he limps off. Good selling there. I might not even have been selling. Honma is always limping, but I mean the falling over part. Tenzan walks in now and says, "All right, did you see that? I was wondering. Was my partner. Koji, thank you. You look good with the GHC belt. Congrats. You're a great champion. I knew that Kuji would step up when needed. It's been a while, but we have no problems. Good luck on your upcoming defense. Get him. Koji tells the thanks as Tenzan walks off and they shake hands. Kojima then says, I'll do my best. Today, what was once old is new again. Fighting as TenKoji, commenting as TenKoji, feels altogether fresh again. Pro wrestling really is funny in that way. TenKoji has been going on for decades, but today it felt like a fresh start for us. This will motivate me in my own battles. That's what's awesome about pro wrestling. I can say the same thing about Makabe and Honma. They were just as spry as ever. I'm damn grateful to be able to fight with so much vigor. 31 years of doing this, and I'm determined as ever. I had pro wrestling to thank for that. Great promo here from Kojima, and he'll be defending his Noah's GHC title in I think the 14th in Korakuen Hall. So look out for that if you're a Kojima fan. After the third match, which was Chaos's Okada and Ishii teaming with Alex Zayne to defeat Clark Connors and the DKC from the LA Dojo, and Yuji Nagata was their tag partner. So Nagata says, "Oh, go ahead," in English to Clark Connors. Connors says, "Thank you for filling in for the LA Dojo." Then Nagata in English says, "DKC is very tired." And Connors says, "Yeah, he got his ass kicked out there. About 3 days in a row, he got his ass kicked. But he knows what it's. But now he knows what it's like to wrestle in Korakuen Hall here in Japan. He's getting better and better, has tons of passion. I just want to say thank you to the Japanese fans. Thank you for having me back, and I will be back soon. But right now, I'm going to America to New Japan Strong. I go back tomorrow. I told Desperado-san yesterday, New Japan Strong is my show. He runs the junior division here, but over in America, I run New Japan Strong. So if he wants to come to America, he has to go through me first. The same goes for Hiromu Takahashi. Our match is already scheduled for July 24th in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll take him on, and I want to make sure I take on Desperado soon, too. So please watch New Japan Strong so we can all get wild. And Nagata then says, DKC, get over here. You okay? DKC says, yeah, I'm okay. I have to fight hard so I can come back to Japan so much stronger and fight for these people. This is my new home, New Japan. DKC is coming back. Hiya! So Connors and DKC says thanks, and then they leave. Now Nagata talks for a little more and says, after just 3 here in Kurikan, they're off to America. The fans were lucky to see them, but we can keep watching them on New Japan Strong. If you like what you saw from them, check out Strong on NJPW World. You can watch them all there. The Japanese fans are lucky nowadays. I implore you to check it out. After these 3 shows with NJPW, I'll be back in Kurikan on July 14th with All Japan and a show in Osaka. The fans here are fortunate. Plenty of chances to see Nagata. Even though it's under a different promotion, you can watch me do my thing just the same. See you back here on July 14th with All Japan. I don't know when my next New Japan match will be, but this is my home, so in due time. And then he does the Nagata salute and walks off. Okada walks in now. This was funny. He says, it was fun fighting the American Young Lion, but it's going to take more than that, dumbass. Okada says. Oh my gosh. Make sure you don't miss Shibata's next class. You're still not at New Japan level. And then and next is G1. I haven't talked about it, but recently lost that 4-way title match. I couldn't defend the belt, couldn't win it back, and now it's back to square one. But I'm pretty damn good at coming back from square one, aren't I? You may not be expecting it, but I'm looking to strike back in a big way at G1, at this G1. And I wonder if that expecting it was a translation issue, because why would nobody expect Okada to try and strike back at G1? Anyway, Okada walks off. Alex Zayne now walks in and says, I'm so happy. 3 nights in a row, I was able to score a victory with my team, but I want to score the pinfall myself. Whoever my teammates are, I want to prove that I'm more than just the zest of the sauce, more than just the flavor of the month. I want to prove that I'm an asset to any team I'm put into, prove that I have what it takes. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. But we all know the only way to do that, the only way I know how to do that. Anyone in my way, I'll eat them alive. Let's eat. Um, I had to clean that promo up a lot. It was like you could see the gears grinding in Alex Zayne's head as he was saying all this, and he said it all in like he had to repeat himself a lot and then change around the structure of the sentences. So I cleaned it up for you. It took a while. After that, it was the Hiroshi, Tanahashi, Jado, and Kushida against Bullet Club's Gato, Kenta, and Taiji Ishimori. So this is a really interesting one. Before I get into what Kenta says, if you haven't been following along what Kenta says in these backstage comments, he always talks to like the cameraman, and then the cameraman will nod yes or no. So I didn't write down all the yeses or nos nods from the cameraman, but what I like to do is either you can sure Kenta is talking to the cameraman, but I think it's A, Kenta's going insane and it's like he's talking to an imaginary friend, or B, it's like, or there kind of can be both, and then one A and one B kind of deal. But B is Kenta's talking to you, the fan at home, and then just like assuming what you answer or whatever. So I'm gonna get into this again. There's a cameraman that he's talking to, but I like to just think of it as Kenta's a crazy man. So Kenta says, "Did that guy apologize? Not even a bit, not even a little bit. Nothing. Yes, he did, or yes, he didn't. Yes, no. That guy's the worst. When we're kids, we're taught to apologize when we do something wrong, right? How about that weirdo? Don't you think he did something wrong? It's common sense to apologize. You think he's done something wrong, right? I'm not asking for your approval. I'm asking a hypothetical. Who made you an expert? Let's sit down. That guy never takes the blame for anything. Have you seen that old staff of mine these last few days? I couldn't help but think that staff seems different somehow, more mature, a prettier shade of blue. The taping is a bit worn off. Is it the same staff? Is it the same one? Who are you to decide? If you think it's changed, then it's changed. If I think it's changed, then it's changed. That staff has changed, hasn't it? You think I'm still hung up on it? I'm not. G1 is about to start. I don't care about that staff. There are plenty of other staffs out there. There's always a flashy new tool that appears and gets all the attention. That's all because of me. Are you going to nod for that? I'm telling you what I think. I'm done with you. After 3 straight shows, what I want to say is wearing a mask is important. Follow the situation and rules, but it's not meant for a way to hide your face. Nobody cares what you look like. When appropriate, take it off so you don't pass out from the heat. Understand? 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 Nod your head. And then he walks off. So Kenta is so crazy right now. It's hilarious. Really entertaining to watch. Ishimori now somewhere else says Kushida. Okay. You want to wear this belt one more time? Then show me you'd die to get it. You came in with confidence, snatched the mic from me, and declared that you're here. I don't know you. The new fans don't know you. I only got a sense of you in these last few days. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. The evaluation period continues on Kushida and on Tanahashi's gut. And then Ishimori laughs as he leaves. They were comparing guts earlier. Tanahashi, Jado, and Kushida walk in, and this one's going to be a 3-person, so I'll have to say it in conversation style. So Jado says, "Welcome back, Kushida. Welcome back." Kushida says, "Thank you." Tanahashi looks annoyed on the side. Jado says to Kushida, "Is this our first time tagging? Had we done it before? First time, right?" Kushida shakes his head yes, and Tanahashi starts talking. So Jado can tell it's about to get serious and pulls Kushida over to Tanahashi, putting Kushida in the middle of the two veterans here. So Tanahashi says, "In the 3 years Kushida was gone, there's been a structural shift in New Japan. That's how it goes." And then Jado says, "Did you hear that Gato and I split?" Kushida says, "I heard something." And I got to stop here and say, like, this is me talking. Kushida is like a deer in the headlights look here. He's literally surrounded by veterans getting grilled in front of the camera. And there is a little bit of fear in Kushida's eyes because he doesn't know where this conversation is going to go. It was pretty funny. Kushida says, "That was big news." Jado then asks, "Did it make the American papers?" Kushida says, "Well, in the locker rooms, yeah." Jado then says, "Well, I had to make a choice, and I made a choice." Kushida says, In my 17 years of doing this, I'd never guess I'd tag with Jado. Then Jado says, wait a minute. What were you doing in Mexico 17 years ago? Kushida smiles big time and says, I was a poor college student training in Arena, Mexico. Jado says, something must have affected you then. I've heard rumors. Kushida then says, I saw Jado and Jado and Gato walking towards me in Arena, Mexico. I wanted to run from you. And Jado asks, why? Kushida says, well, you guys had quite the reputation. Jado says, as bad wrestlers? Kushida says, no, I was afraid, mostly out of respect. Jado says, well, respect and fear are different. Anyway, welcome back. And then Jado walks off. So interesting there. I wonder, I don't know about Kushida's stint in Mexico, but maybe Jado was um alluding to the fact that maybe Kushida had played heel before or a Rudo in Mexico. Maybe I'll have to look that one up, but it was interesting. And then you could definitely, like I said, Kushida was looking fearful, and then when Jado brings up 17 years ago in Mexico, there was like a light shined in Kushida's eyes, and he smiled big time and was relaxed after that. So anyway, like I said, Jado walked off and said, welcome back. Then Tanahashi tells Kushida, good to have you back. And then Kushida leaves, but Tanahashi says, oh, these 3 shows before G1, they were important. And thanks to Kenta sharpening me up, I'm in a G1 state of mind. Expect good things from me in this G1. So Tanahashi leaves. Kushida comes back and says, Ishimori has such a big heart to continue his evaluation of me. I lost by tapping out yesterday, but another title challenger hasn't come forward. I feel like I'm within reach. I think Ishimori wants to defend his title against me. The next NJPW tour is G1, so I'll head to America to NJPW Strong. I'll try to heat up the pay-per-view. I'd like to make some waves so I'm worthy of the generous Ishimori. And I think he was being serious here because Kushida did lose yesterday. So Ishimori could have just said, nope, get to the back of the line. After the next match, which was a 10-man tag, all of LIJ defeated Suzuki-gun's members of El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, Taka Michinoku, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. So before I get into what Taichi says, if you put the yan after a name, or you said like, so Taichi throughout this calls Sanada Sanayan, and putting the yan prefix on the end of a name is something you usually do when you're like attracted to them, like it means like cute. So that's where we're going in this. And Taichi also kind of says this entire promo almost in the same tone of voice as Gold Dust back in like 1996 when he's talking about Razor Ramon. So that's definite vibes I got from this. So let's get into it. Taichi says, and remember, Sonata and Taichi are in the same G1 block. Taichi says, as I already knew, Takagi and Naito aren't worth a damn. But I do like you, Sanayan. Can't wait to face him. Most other fights simply bore me. But Sanayan, I can do something. We can do something special. Or I can do something special together. I'm looking forward to you the most, Sanayan. I like you. I think of you as a little brother. We may be in different factions, but we've lived, trained, and broken bread together. This year, like last, the place is Ota Ward. Did you get the significance, Sanayan? The Triple Crown Championship has history there, and that's where we fight. Get it? It's about more than this, right here. Tai Chi makes his pecs dance that was the here part. Let's have some fun. I'm looking forward to a fight only we can have. Oh boy, perhaps I need to diet and build up my pecs. So very homoerotic here from Tai Chi. Elsewhere, Del Desperado says, hey, Clark Connors, seeing Hiromu today reminded me. You already have a match set with Hiromu in America. So then, what are you doing calling me out when you're busy? Either aim at Hiromu or aim at me. You can't beat us both by half-assing it. Are you messing with me? What do you think you're doing? Explain yourself. Why do you think you can call me out? So that's interesting. We'll come back to that because Hiromu talks next. And he says, next for me is a one-on-one match with Clark Connors in America on the 24th. But come on, Clark. Why are you starting beef with Desperado when you haven't even dealt with me? You're acting like a very spoiled boy. Not to mention, you've hurt my feelings. I don't care. What, you don't care about me? I'm in trouble. You don't have any qualms with me? I beat you in Best of the Super Juniors, but you don't care about me? Go on and have fun with him. This is depressing. But if you're not into me, I wasn't really into you anyway. Sorry for the trouble. You two be happy together. Three different kind of homoerotic promos tonight. And elsewhere, Shingo says, I'm looking good and feeling good. After the AEW stint, we just wrapped up 3 in Korakuen. I dealt with Clark Connors, Wato, and Suzuki. All 3 gave me some good inspiration, but stronger stimulation awaits in G1. I'm looking at the pools. I've noticed that A Block is full of monsters. But that's not my concern. Watch this monster go on a Rampage World Tour. Short but sweet. I like that promo by Shingo. Naito now says the next show kicks off G1 Climax in Hokkaido on July 16th. It's impossible to get stronger at this point, but there's still time to come up with strategies. These 11 days before G1 will be very crucial. So, how should I spend them? Perhaps at a family restaurant? I'll use that time to talk passionately about my favorite baseball team, the Hiroshima Carp. How about it? Reporter Ichikawa of Weekly Pro Wrestling. Where did he go? Where is he hiding? Well, I'll see you all in Hokkaido on July 16th for the beginning of G1. Ichikawa, where are you? Let's have a meal. So, 2 matches happened next, and they both went back to back. So it was Toru Yano beat Dick Togo in a dog cage match, and then right after that, without like any entrances or anything, because everybody was already down brawling, the never open weight 6-man tag titles were on the line, and we have new champions, Chaos's Goto, Yo, and Yoshihashi defeating the House of Torture and leaving them in it. Everybody was House of Torture was in a cage except for Show, who got pinned by Yo, and that was pretty intense. So after the main event, still in the ring, Yo now has the microphone, and House of Torture is still in the cage. So Yo's about to talk and says, when I was off, things got really interesting in the junior division, but right now, never is right for me. This is my first belt in a while, and I'm so happy to win it with my senpai. I learned a lot, absorbed a lot, and made history. I'll use that in my singles career as well. Hey, House of Torture, how long are you going to be shut in that cage? They don't have a choice. Maybe they can cut the lights so you can sleep in there tonight. All you fans, feel free to take pictures and remember this moment. And Yujiro from the cage yells, no pictures, no pictures. Yo continues, but please just don't touch the cage or feed the animals. As long as you follow the rules, we can all enjoy this together. Isn't this great, House of Torture? Thanks for the fight. Now in the back, um, Yano just quickly says, ship them straight to the zoo. And then we've got the never open weight 6-man tag champs together. And this is again another conversational one. Goto says, all right. Yoshihashi says, yo, you were great. I was worried at the end, but well done. I appreciate that we all held these belts together. So then Goto says, those guys looked right at home in that cage. Yoshihashi says, they like to play with the lights, but Shoto gave them the darkness today. Goto says, we cut the lights today. Yoshihashi then says, we ought to leave them in that cage. So Goto says, you're right about that. Today's a good day. Yo now says, it's been a while since I've held a belt, but I'm very grateful to my senpai. We've made new history here today. Also, the junior division's heating up. I'll use what I learned to move forward. So now Yoshihashi says, when Goto and I held the IWGP tag belts, we wanted these never belts to become double champions. Unfortunately, that never happened. But now we can have the never belts. We can recapture the IWG belts from here. Goto and I just suffered a loss to the Young Bucks, but we're not slowing down. We've got our eyes on their AEW tag belts. Maybe they ought to come to World Tag League. Sounds good to me. Goto then says, we need revenge for that loss to them. But today is about the never 6-man belts. Let's restore the value that they wasted. Yoshihashi says, damn right. Besides these belts, IWGP tag belts, G1 is coming. A chance for singles gold. Of course, Goto and I want some of that. Goto says, it's within reach. Yoshihashi says, we can become triple champions. Slow down, Yoshi. Goto says, let's take it all. Goto and Yoshihashi leave, and they say, yo, you finish this. So Yo says, anyway, we'll just have to do our best. I'll do my best. And that closes off the little 3-night tour here, all at Korakuen. They had good attendance for the first show, but the next 2 shows combined didn't really equal the amount for the first show. So I think it was fun to watch. I think it was good storylines. I didn't really care for this whole anything that involved the House of Torture, just like every other talking head in New Japan was going to tell you the same thing. So I don't really need to harp on that. But we do have a couple of cool things to look forward to. Looks like a lot of things are set up for New Japan Strong, so you can check those reviews when those happen on my channel as well. And I will be back. Maybe I'll do a G1 preview when we're getting closer to G1, but that will be in, I think, 10 days from now, because I'm recording this on July 6th. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, if you're a fan of New Japan, I would say definitely check out AEW as well. So I review all their shows as well. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great one. Peace.